Welcome back. 3 years ago, Nissan's first electric car went on sale in the United States with great fanfare and a ceremony at San Francisco City Hall. But the electric car buzz hasn't quite caught on. Electric cars made up less than 1% of all car sales last year. Roza Kazan finds out why.
And that is not an engine. They just made it kind of look like an engine block to keep people happy.
Thomas Baker, a Windows developer in Chicago, is showing off his first electric car, a Nissan Leaf. He's owned it for about 2 years, but he had to wait a year and a half for delivery.
I went on a waiting list before then, looking for the first really decent electric car that was going to come out that was in my price range.
He says it's been worth the wait. No more trips to the gas station, no more oil changes, no tune-ups.
They haven't really opened the hood in probably 10 months. I think the last time they had to clear out a squirrel's nest from in here.
But the biggest plus, he says, is the $400 a month he saves on gas for his daily commute. It's the reason he wanted to go electric in the first place.
Gas prices were just unsure of where they would be going. And with this, there was more stability, and I knew electric prices weren't going to just skyrocket one day because we could always use something else to make electricity.
But despite all these benefits, Baker is still one of just 160,000 electric car owners in the United States, even though most major car makers now offer electric car models. And drivers can find charging stations in public garages and even parking lots of urban supermarkets. Electric cars still make up less than 1% of all car sales. Richard Hilgard believes the reason is the short distances electric car can go before they run out of battery.
The technology doesn't meet the driving flexibility that an internal combustion engine provides consumers today. You can drive anywhere from 250, 300 miles on a tank for a large vehicle.
For electric cars, it's more like 60 to 80 miles.
The important thing to remember about energy is it's a big challenge.
Director of Energy Institute at the University of Michigan agrees that making batteries last longer remains the biggest issue.
Most of the vehicles on the market simply don't have the range that consumers think they need. It's usually easier to change technology than to change people's attitudes, as big a technological challenge as this is.
It's perhaps no wonder then why Ford is now partnering with Barta's Institute of Energy to develop a longer-lasting car battery.
These new technologies are not going to make a dent, for example, on efficiency or greenhouse gas emissions unless many people can use them, so they have to be affordable. So in addition to making them higher energy density, we want them to be maybe 80% less expensive.
This brand new lab doesn't look like much at the moment, but this is where that crucial research is going to take place, making batteries for electric vehicles more efficient, less expensive, and longer lasting. Critics say technology will have to make a huge leap to cut down on the 7 to 8 hours now needed to charge an electric car.
I don't think consumers are going to be even willing to sit for a half an hour while a vehicle recharges if they're on a long distance trip. I would think that they're going to need to have, no longer than a 10-minute charge and probably more like 5 minutes.
But that doesn't bother Thomas Baker. He says he'll never buy another gasoline-powered car ever again.
It's just worry-free. I just get in it and go.
Roza Kazan, CCTV, Ann Arbor, Michigan.